Good afternoon, Andrea.
Oh wow, that's very
Formal.
very formal and very professional.
Gone formal professional.
I mean, that is not us at all. We are not formal or professional.
Well,
I'm
speak
not
for
anyway.
yourself, Andrea. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, you are actually, Paz. You're actually quite formal and professional.
Very formal, very professional.
Yeah.
For those that are new around here, everybody always thinks you're called Angela. You're not. You're actually called Andrea.
I am indeed.
So if you're new, it's actually Finding the Funny with Ruth and Andrea. But actually it's Patty and Angie.
Yeah, and Andrea is just a mouthful, isn't it?
It's a mouthful, guys.
No one wants a mouthful of Andrea.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe they do.
I think it depends who you ask.
Maybe
anyway, Mandy came in with a question that I thought. So Mandy sent us a message on Instagram.
Okay. Yes.
She came in with a question which I thought was quite a good one. What is your favourite breakfast component? Like, what is it? Bacon? Is it like, what is your favourite thing to have for breakfast?
Are we talking, I mean, obviously, if we're talking, proper big breakfast going out.
And you take this question however you want to.
Okay.
Mandy's brought it. We've sorted it. We've sorted it.
Nice. Yeah, that's nice, Cats, there. Mandy's brought it. Just in advance, guys, Patty does have quite a nasty cough and a cold going on. Occasionally, that will seep into this week's podcast. Obviously, just sort of try and turn her down as and when that erupts. Obviously, tricky. I mean, we are going to have to take it easy on the laughs because
honestly, I can't laugh that much this week.
No.
I've got to do a lot of with my mouth closed because that keeps it suppressed.
That curbs it.
Yeah. Curbs it big styling. Anyway, back to Mandy.
Right, okay. So, Mandy, of a regular weekday breakfast.
Yeah, your breakfast. Yeah.
I generally go for, there are two things I generally go for. One, I'm very heavily into a sourdough. A seeded sourdough.
Right. Hang on. Right. I'm going to let you lot into a little bit of a secret. Ange and I spoke on the phone this week and she started talking about going for brunch. For those of you that are new around here, about 3 series ago, Ange slagged off going for brunch. Ange also slagged off people who are having avocado on sourdough with poached eggs. And now she's telling us of a regular Tuesday morning she's tucking into a fucking seeded sourdough. Oh my God, you've walked straight out of Made in Chelsea.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. It's just I found a good one. And now I'm like,
you like to make out you're like one of the people keeping it real. You're like, actually on a Tuesday, Sandra, I just can we start that meeting at 11:30 rather than 10? I just need to have enough time for my percolated bean to cup coffee and my DeLonghi machine, my sourdough and my homemade marmalade. Thanks.
Well, okay, I do like a seeded sourdough.
Yeah.
And I like that just with a bit of butter and a bit of Marmite. Marmite is my absolute favourite.
You absolutely like Matthew hangs out of the back of soup. You hang out of the back of Marmite.
Absolutely.
I can't have it too much, you know. It gives me ulcers.
Oh, I could eat Marmite breakfast, lunch, and dinner, darling, and I'd be absolutely
dinner, darling.
fine.
Let's go for dinner, darling.
So that is option one. Or I do like an so simple porridge with some banana.
Right.
Them are two sort of go-tos, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But if we're going big time out brunch.
Big breakfast.
Then my favourite ingredient, or actually I'm going to give you 2 favourite ingredients.
I know what they're going to be. Can I see if I can guess them?
Yeah, go on.
Crispy bacon.
Yeah.
And beans.
Yes!
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 Crispy bacon and beans. Oh, yes. Hello. All day, every day. Shove it on my plate. Shove it down my mouth.
Whereas mine would to be honest, I've got more into crispy back on.
Yeah. Oh, good, Pats. That's good.
I have got more. So I've not been feeling well. And on Friday night, Matthew got in and I was like, can you just make me a crispy bacon and egg baguette?
Oh, hello.
I hadn't really eaten all day. And you know when you just don't really fancy much?
You've got to go with something you really crave.
Exactly.
So
he made it and I was just like, that was amazing. But you see, I would go, my 2 favourite things would be scrambled egg.
And sausage.
Sausage.
You're a sausage fan, aren't you?
Yeah. I don't like a fry up.
Oh, no, I do, but only if I'm out. I can't be asked with doing that at home.
Oh, mate, I'm an intermittent faster. I'm not eating often before lunchtime.
You've come now with some dickish behaviour. Like, you've just come
yeah.
out with me. You've come out with intermittent fasting. Who are you?
I'm an intermittent faster, darling, yeah.
Fucking Rochelle Humes or what?
Oh, that's not fair.
Well,
You've name dropped her now. You've dropped the bomb.
Well, I'm
that's not on.
I'm only talking about her in an intermittent fasting viewing point.
Is she an intermittent faster?
I don't know, but I think that's the kind of thing she'd do, isn't it? The sort of thing she'd been into alongside the matcha and the Pilates and the flashy holidays and the that's that sort of vibe I think she'd go on.
It's that vibe.
I think so, yeah.
Well, yeah, I think we should lay this out to the listeners. I think we should put a box up on Thursday. I think this is a great question that Mandy has bought. And I think the question should be, if you can only have 5 things on a fry-up, 4 things. 4 things on a fry-up, what are you having?
So what are your other 2? So you'd have
sausage, scrambled egg, bacon. Now,
right, okay.
I do like a mushroom.
Yeah,
I do like, and I think I'd probably pick mushroom over beans.
That's where you're wrong. That is where you're wrong. No, you shouldn't be picking shrooms over beans.
That would probably be mine. Mushrooms, scrambled egg, sausages, crispy bacon.
Okay, mine would be bacon, beans, egg of any variety, really. I quite like just any sort of, scrambled, fried,
I don't like poached.
Oh, I love a poached egg.
Too slimy.
Yeah. Too slimy. And I don't know what I'd put for my 4th, actually.
What about a grilled tomato?
No, I've got it, Patsy. You're actually going to be annoyed that you didn't pick this.
Oh no, what fried bread?
Hash brown.
Oh, fuck! Shit! Right, I'm changing mine. So mine is sausage, egg, hash brown, crispy bacon.
Brilliant. Okay, and now we want to hear the listeners. We want to hear your top 4 on your fry-up plate. What are you having? Are you with Paddy and I? Are there different things you're chucking in there? I mean, who's actually dicking around with a grilled tomato?
Who's dicking around with a black pudding?
Oh, yeah. No.
I mean,
who's dicking around with spinach?
Oh my God, no. No. Matthew's would be, black pudding would be in there.
Oh, no, can't stand that.
I think for Matthew.
Cannot stand that. No, you can keep the spinach.
Spinach.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Watery base of shit leaf.
Okay, so this came in from Katie, and the title is just "Posh It Up /tits/dilemma."
Brilliant.
Which I thought was a great email title.
She's bringing everything here.
Hi, Ruth and Ange, long-time listener. A heartfelt thank you for your amazing podcast. A song for Ange to posh up could be Adele's "Rolling in the Deep," which I actually think could be a really good one.
That could be, actually, yeah.
Tits. This is her tits. People in films /TV series who don't look at the road because they're talking to passengers for a really long time as if they wouldn't crash. Now, that is so true.
I have actually thought that myself sometimes.
They're driving along and they're just looking to the left or the right, but they're just like, they don't look at the road for ages.
No.
That is dickish.
Well, and also, it just makes you go, well, you're not driving the car.
Yeah, you're absolutely not concentrating on the road ahead.
No, you're in a green screen studio. You're not driving a car.
Or you're on a truck.
You're on a truck. You're being towed.
That's sometimes how they do it, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I'm agreeing with that. And actually, there's a lot of shit in films sometimes that I just find myself going, well, that just wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Katie's bought it. Katie has bought it today.
Katie has bought it. Katie, thank you.
Thank you. Now, she says there's a dilemma, but I can't actually see a dilemma in the email. But she finishes with, random side note, following shopping collection chat, we get ours delivered, and one time they swapped a box of tampons for a box of batteries. The batteries were more expensive, to be fair, but not exactly usable for my period. Thanks again for the giggles, Katie. Right.
Who's substituting tampons for batteries?
You know what's happening, don't you? Janet's doing her pickup. She's picking her out. She's like, Katie's back in. She's got her spinach for her breakfast. She's got her sourdough. She needs tampons. I'm gonna fuck her up here. I'm gonna really fuck with Katie this month. Have some AA batteries. See if you can shove those in your foot.
Try those ones, Katie.
Yeah. see if they're ultra absorbent.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a very funny email from Katie.
Very lovely email, and I love the fact that your emails. That she's brought us a whole realm. Realms. She's given us the realms there.
Yeah. I saw something funny this week on the gram, which throws us back to a couple of old episodes ago.
Right, okay.
And it just said, my family have no concept of indoor voices. They only ever speak in caps lock.
That is very good.
I reckon that person's got young kids.
I think there is a lot of people that do have that problem.
Talking caps lock.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you're just like, okay, mate, just turn it down.
Tone it down.
We don't need to have you talking in caps lock. Just reduce it slightly. Have a couple of, your opening sentences can be caps lock, but the rest needs to just be in lowercase.
You don't need to say it with your chest, Colin.
You definitely don't. Well, I was going to say that, I had loads of people saying that phrase seems to have come from the Ariana Grande tune that's currently out. But I have where I originally heard it from, which is that's just come to me now, was Big Brother.
Who said it in Big Brother?
Trish.
Did she?
She said that a lot. That's where I first heard it.
Right.
And then Ariana's come along. She's now got it in a song because people are like, Ange, that's where it's come from. I'm like, okay, fine, but I still hate the phrase.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I know
I'm
you
just,
do.
And I don't like that song.
I like it.
Do you like that song?
I haven't listened to it. I'm still dicking around listening to Stormzy's first album, Ange. You know me. Anyway, before we come on to yours, I've got a message from somebody who sent us a previous dilemma.
Oh, okay. Oh, what? So we've had a dilemma from this person, and this is an update.
This is an update.
Okay.
So, do you remember us talking about the teacher who was having problems with her mental health? And she was thinking about leaving her job.
And leaving the profession.
And she didn't know what to do. And she was saying the smile on the kids' faces help her so much on some of the dark days, but the pressure has got way too much.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I don't know what else to do. I haven't got the money to retrain as something else. I'm at a crossroads, and I wondered if you'd ever felt like that and got any advice. So this was from we obviously kept her anonymous, which we're going to continue to do. Yeah. Anyway, this week I got an update from her.
Oh, that's so bloody great.
I love it. I love it when we get an update.
Yeah.
She said, hi, Ruth and Ange. Thank you for talking about this dilemma, and I just wanted to give you an update. I confided in 2 people who I'm closest to at work about how bad things had got and that I didn't want to live anymore. They spoke to the head of the primary school, who has tried to put things in place so I don't feel like this anymore and I don't leave the school. Thank you so much for giving me the encouragement to reach out and be honest with people. It's really helped me. Love the podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that
so amazing?
Just so cool.
Oh, it just goes to show that actually for her to feel like she was at a point where she just didn't really know what to do, to kind of send us an anonymous message asking for some advice, we are able to, give her some of the advice that we would probably like to think people would give to us.
Yeah.
And then she's gone and sort of taken that on and managed to sort that. Honestly, that absolutely blows my mind.
Same. And it sounds like things are better, and the head teacher of the school she works in has been nice, and people have put stuff in place so she doesn't feel that way anymore, and she's got the support she needs. So as soon as that landed in my inbox, I was like, we've got to share that. If you've ever sent us a dilemma, and you've got an update, we would absolutely love to hear it.
Yeah.
You can send us messages on Instagram. I'm at Ruth_Corden, Ange is at Ange Corden.
You can find the podcast on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Just search Finding the Funny Podcast.
Or you can send us an email, findingthefunnypodcast@gmail.com. Now, Ange.
Yes.
People went nuts for the posh.
People went nuts for the posh.
We had so many requested. I mean, I feel like we could do a whole episode just of
Poshing up
posh
tunes.
tunes. Yeah.
There
It
were
could be called
loads of them.
Find the Posh.
Find the Posh, yeah.
If only we could get Posh Spice on to come and do it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, she
Posh,
would
if
be
you're
the
listening.
ultimate. She'd be your ultimate, wouldn't she, to posh up tunes?
If you are listening, then Posh.
Get in touch, please.
We would have you on.
That would actually be quite a good one to do, wouldn't it? The old, is it Wannabe?
Yes.
So tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Well, that's not the one we're doing, Angie.
No, that isn't.
Is
We're
it?
not doing that one, no.
We are going to do Nicki Minaj's Super Bass.
We are, yes.
So, when you're
Okay.
ready, take it away.
This one is for the boys with the booming system, top-down AC with the cooling system. When he come up in the club, he be blazing up. Got stacks on deck like he's saving up. And he ill, he real, he might got a deal. He pop bottles and he got the right kind of build. He cold, he dope, he might sell coke. He's always in the air, but he never fly coach. He's a motherfucking trip, sailor of the ship. When you make a drip, kiss him on the lip. That's the kind of dude I was looking for. And yes, you'll get slapped if you're looking ho. I said, excuse me, you're a hell of a guy. I mean, my, you're a pelican fly. I mean, you're so shy and I'm loving your tie. You're like slicker than the guy with the thing on his eye. Oh, yes, I did. Somebody please tell me who the F I is. I am Nicki Minaj. I make the dudes up, back coops up, chuck the juice up. Boy, you've got my heartbeat running away. Beating like a drum and it's coming your way. Can't you hear that boom, da boom, 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 da boom, boom bass? Got that super bass. Boom, da boom, 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 da boom, boom bass. He's got
that super bass.
How did that go, do you think?
That was so funny. Like, my, he's a hell of a guy.
Yeah.
Like a pelican fly.
Yeah, well, it's, I mean, my, you're a pelican fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me, you're a hell of a guy. I have practiced that so many times. I'm annoyed actually because I was supposed to change I am Nicki Minaj to I am Ange Minaj.
Oh,
I didn't do that. Quite annoying. Anyway, there we go. There is your poshed up tune for this week, gang.
This week, I put up a few not gonna lies.
Yes.
I put up a not gonna lie link, and we did get some dilemmas in.
Okay, right.
So we got some dilemmas in, and we also got some responses. So people have messaged me and said what they think they would do.
They would advise. Okay,
They would advise, yeah. This is the first one. Obviously, they're completely anonymous, so the not gonna lie link doesn't tell me anything about who this person is. So, could be a woman, could be a man. Whatever.
Yeah.
In May 2023, I met a guy on a night out and kissed him. We were going to meet up for a date, but I had a big falling out with my best friend who didn't approve of me meeting up with him, so I cancelled it. 8 months later, I'm still really annoyed I didn't go. Do I text him or do I leave it? So Anthony said, get a new best friend and totally message him.
Yes, I'm with Anthony.
Why is your best friend not supporting you? Carly said, I think she needs to have this out with her best friend. Otherwise, more stuff is going to come up. Poppy said, this one is so tough. I'd do a bit of both. I'd text him, but I also couldn't just leave it with my friend. Nicola said, if your heart tells you to meet up with him, then you must. Maybe your friend was trying to deter you because of an ulterior motive. Your gut intuition is that your best friends sometimes deep down know yourself better, but it's not other people's responsibility to make life decisions on your behalf. You need to discover this person for yourself. Yeah.
I mean, I find it odd that the best friend would talk her out of doing that. And unless she knows something about this guy that she's not
this girl doesn't
sharing. Yeah. In which case, why would you not? I don't understand why you'd say don't make any contact with him and then not say why you think that she shouldn't. So I'm a bit like, I just wouldn't even have that conversation with the best friend anymore. I wouldn't even. I'd just be like, do you know what?
Just go ahead and do it.
Yes,
Right.
I didn't do what I wanted to do last time because you kind of talked me into not doing it.
Yeah.
8 months on, I'm still thinking about that guy, and I'm still thinking about the decision I made then that I now feel was the wrong one. I'd just make contact with him and see where it goes. I don't think you need to tell her anything. I don't know why you would feel you have to have that conversation with her.
And I think the main consensus, even if some people are saying have the conversation with her, the main consensus is text the guy.
Yes.
Text
100%.
the guy. So some people are saying text him, ditch your best friend, she's not worth it. Some people are saying text him, have it out with her. But the main consensus is to this person, if you're listening, for goodness sake, text the guy.
Get in touch. Go and do what you want to do, and don't let this stop you anymore.
Dilemma 2.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to read the dilemma and I'm going to give you the overview of what some people said.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I've recently taken on a new job in another department, only to find out that my new manager is the person who once bullied me 10 years ago when we worked in the same team. They don't remember me, but I remember her and how she treated me, and it's making things awkward. Should I bring it up with her?
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is Nick. What did Nicola say? Nicola said, you should only address this if she starts to treat you in an unfair way. Other than that, remain professional. Protect your peace and sanity until the end. You are not obligated to address anything until something happens to make you feel uncomfortable. Otherwise, keep it minimal, but friendly and work-related. Okay?
Okay.
Mark said, I don't think you should bring this up. It's only going to make things more awkward. The best thing to do is to keep your powder dry and get on with your job.
Okay.
Sammy said, absolutely have it out with her. You know what she's like. You don't know if she's going to try and do this again. It's totally unfair that she did this to you 10 years ago. And you need to find out if she's definitely changed or not.
I don't know. I think I'm more leaning to having a conversation with her.
Whereas I think I would leave it.
Oh, okay. So we're both very different on this.
Yeah.
I'm only saying that I think I would have a conversation because, I mean, obviously, hopefully, she has changed and she's not the same person she was 10 years ago, and it's going to be a very different relationship you're going to have with her now. But I think if it's something that's kind of bothering you about the possibility of what she might still be like, what might happen, the fact that she doesn't seem to have any recollection of who this person is would mean it's just not even going to be anything she's even thought about.
No.
And I don't know, it doesn't, I just think it, for me, I'd feel like I'd want to just kind of almost clear the air so that there isn't, because obviously she's feeling quite awkward about it. I'd be more like, do you know what? Let's just have a conversation, see if she remembers me from like 10 years ago, and just kind of, I don't know, I'd feel a bit like this continuing awkwardness, which ultimately is awkward for this person that's gone back to started a new job. It's not awkward for this other lady, is it? She's got no recollection.
I agree with Nicola. I think she should only address it if this woman starts to become difficult again. I would keep my powder dry, because I think if you address something like this and this person has it in them to make your life difficult, who knows what they're going to do. If this is the type of person that's bullied somebody in a workplace.
Yeah, but also it might be that actually if she raises it, it's an opportunity for this woman to acknowledge what she did, apologise, and for it to be a better place.
Well, it's a very split on this. I don't think we've come up with a... No. Ange would address it. I don't think there's a right or wrong. I think both are absolutely fine. Ange would address it. I, on the other hand, would only bring it up if she started to become difficult with me. I wouldn't bring it up before then.
And this is a great one that would be good to hear. What did you decide to do? Yeah, did you have a conversation? Did you not? Did you how's it gone since this conversation that we've had today. It would be great to hear back on that. So if you
Right, this
feel
is the
like you
third and
can,
final. This is the
okay,
third and final dilemma.
yeah,
Okay.
mm-hmm,
I grew up in a highly religious evangelical home. I'm now
mm-hmm,
in my 30s. A lot has happened and I've deconstructed a lot of my faith. I find myself, though, in a position where my employment is church based and almost all of my family are still there. I started counselling last year thanks to Ange talking about this, and now I'm not sure what I should do. Should I stay in my job even though my faith has become deconstructed, or should I look for something different?
oh, okay. So what was the sort of,
So Amy said, I'm in a similar position with myself. I really think you should get a new job.
mm-hmm,
Paul said, uh, I think you should try and stay if you can, if it's a job that you enjoy.
mm-hmm.
And Nicola said, because Nicola answered all three.
Thank you, Nicola.
So she said, you deserve to be you. Religion should not dominate your life unless you want it to. It's really good that you're seeking help. It's hard to deconstruct around others who do not approve, especially sometimes, unfortunately, family. But keep carving away for yourself and setting those boundaries. Best wishes. This is a
Mm.
tricky one, I think,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
because if you find yourself in a job where your faith is a massive part of it and you've started to
Mm,
ask questions about what you believe, and I
mm,
think it's really interesting because I would probably say, we weren't raised in an evangelical house, but we were raised in a Christian home. And
yeah.
I suppose there's been a bit of a journey for me around not necessarily deconstructing my faith, but deconstructing what I think about church and what I think about organized religion, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I've had jobs in Christian settings in the past,
Mm,
and I think I would find it really difficult now
yeah.
to be in a Christian space all the time with so many of the things that I disagree with about conservative evangelicalism now, with so many
Mm,
things that I find I struggle so much with what the church talk about. And that's nothing to do with God. That's nothing to do with whether I believe there's a God or not.
no.
It's to do with the way I think the church. And I think for this person, if you're really asking massive questions about your faith
Mm,
and you're really trying to find your space,
mm,
and you are going in every day or you're mixing with people who you can't have those conversations with because they're
mm,
so blinkered and kind of, this is the way that the
yeah.
church needs to be.
Mm,
If you could get a job in an inclusive church and continue to think about what you think about God,
mm,
I don't know. I think that's a really tricky one.
it is.
And if it was
Yeah.
me, I'd be looking for another job. I wouldn't be able to put myself in that
No.
position every day while I was trying to think about what my faith was like, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'd probably agree with you on that, Pats. I think,
Yeah.
um, if you're at a point in your life where you are sort of questioning things a bit more and you're sort of not sure about what you do or don't believe, or even like practice from a kind of like religious kind of perspective,
Mm.
how churches are
Yeah.
and lots of other kind of places of worship. I think to then be going to work there every day around
Mm.
people that obviously think quite differently to you now,
Yeah.
maybe, I think that would be quite a tricky place to kind of stay. um
And it's not necessarily about right or wrong, is it? It's not. It's about. And I know that's not what you said. It was just as you were talking, I started to think about it's the fact that, like, we all can demonstrate our faith in different ways.
yeah,
But if
yeah.
you feel that you find yourself in a very conservative evangelical
Mm,
structure
yeah,
from your upbringing and now from the job you're in, and you don't feel that that is the place for you to outwork your faith if you still believe in God,
yeah,
then I just think it's only going to have more impact on your mental health
yeah,
and who
yeah.
you think you need to be. In which case, I think the best thing, ultimately, if you don't really believe in what you're doing in your job, it's really hard,
Mm,
isn't it? That goes
mm,
across the board for
yeah,
anything.
anything. Yeah.
But I think when it comes to working in a place of faith, if you
Mm,
really don't have that deep belief anymore,
yeah.
that's a really hard position to put yourself in every
Well, and I
day.
think in some ways it can actually make things a whole lot worse.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, you're kind of
Yeah.
staying somewhere where you think and feel quite differently to how you once did. And I think
Yeah.
that could be quite damaging for you
Yeah.
as a person to sort of stay there. And
Yeah.
also I think so much of like work is about who you're with, you know, your
Absolutely.
colleagues that you work with, or
Yeah.
people that, and if
Yeah.
you're kind of working with people who are thinking in a very different way to you
Yeah.
now, that automatically is going to make those relationships harder and trickier. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think I would suggest that it might be time to find something else somewhere else that kind of means that you're a bit removed from that setup
Absolutely.
for now,
While you continue to figure out what it
yeah,
is you
exactly.
believe.
Yeah.
Well, look, I was going to put a dickish behaviour in, but I don't feel like we need it. That felt like a really nice, different episode.
That was so, and it's so good to like hear
what
other
people
people's
think.
opinions on things. Like, you know,
We love
sometimes
that.
it's just us and we're like, well, what do we know?
Yeah.
And then we get
Yeah.
people like Nicola straight
I
in
know.
there, everyone
Straight
with
in.
giving some advice.
So helpful.
Yeah. Love
So
that.
helpful. Yeah.
Yeah.
We will definitely do that again, maybe in a
Yeah.
few weeks' time. Bit of a different episode this week. Some funny stuff at the top, but a little bit more serious to end on.
Towards the end, yep.
If you've got dilemmas for us, or if you've heard any of these dilemmas this week and you want to give an opinion, perhaps if you missed the kind of opportunity to do it when the boxes were up,
or
if you've got
if you've had first-hand experience, if you've had experiences of these dilemmas that would be really helpful for other people to hear, then get in touch.
So there's loads of ways you can find us. You can find Ange and I on Instagram. I'm at Ruth_Corden. She's at Ange Corden.
You can find the podcast on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Just search Finding the Funny Podcast.
Or you can send us an email, findingthefunnypodcast@gmail.com. We hope you have a fabulous week. And Ange and I will be back next week helping you to find more of the funny.